Yo everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a review on the Urban Decay Vice 3 palette, which I promised to do a couple of days ago when I showed you my Canada makeup awesome, humongous, big haul. I've got a cold again, I'm sick again, so I apologise if I sound weird, which I know that I do. I sound, yeah, so apologies for that. Yeah, and the sniffing. I just realised there was a huge mess behind me, so I quickly tidied it up. Okay, so the Vice 3 palette. If anybody else got an email from Debenhams saying that it was going to be out on the 1st, which is today, don't know what that was about, because it's been out for about a week or so now. So you can get it from Debenhams. I will link it below, and I think you can get it in Selfridges as well. Selfridges also have the Vice 3 limited edition palette. I think it's still available. I wasn't really interested in that because I really wanted this one. I've got all of the Vice palettes, 1, 2 and now 3, and it comes in a box like this, just a normal cardboard box with all the shadows listed out on the back, and then it comes in a really nice zip up like makeup bag. Okay, so I've been using this pretty much all week. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see all the makeup looks that I did with this palette. I will post them somewhere in here at some point as well. So the palette comes in a very sturdy kind of metallic case. I've not taken off the sticker off the mirror yet, but here are all the shadows. So it comes with a really nice variety of shades, and there are quite a lot of matte shades in here as well as some kind of shimmery ones. I wouldn't say that any of them are glittery, and I think that's a good thing, because Urban Decay, some of their really glittery shadows can produce a lot of fallout, and the colour can be a bit funny sometimes as well. In the first instance, I have to say that this palette is very kind of autumnal based in terms of the shades. I really like the fact that there are 4 different types of matte shades here. This one is a really nice kind of highlighting shade, and the rest are gorgeous transitional shades. Now, a lot of people tend to like kind of browns and taupey sort of colours to put in their crease, because that is like your transitional shade, your crease shade, the shade that can kind of like define your eye. And a lot of previous Urban Decay Vice palettes don't really have that. They've got quite a lot of shimmer, so it can be difficult if you want to kind of have a matte look and you can't really get that. But from this you definitely can. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 matte shades altogether, and then the rest are kind of shimmery jewel kind of shades. Okay, this palette also comes with a standard Urban Decay brush, which I've not really used yet. Not sure if I will. It's just a double-ended kind of standard little helper brush. If you're ever in an emergency and you don't have that brush, you can always use that one. Now I'm going to go through all of the shades very quickly. I have used, I'd say, 80% of the shades in here, so I'd like to think that this is quite a genuine review in that respect, in that I'm not really guessing. Urban Decay shadows, as always, have never failed to disappoint me, and that goes the same with this palette as well. All the shades are really heavily pigmented, they're very easy to blend, they're nice and buttery and soft as well. So aside from worrying about the colours and whether or not you'll use the colours, if you're worried about how good they are, they're excellent. As always, I mean, Urban Decay, their eyeshadows are some of the best on the market in my opinion, and especially in terms of what you get for the palette. I think this is like something like 40 something pounds, and you get 20 eyeshadows, so in that respect it's very good value for money. As always, it is limited edition, so it'll only be available for a certain amount of time before they get rid of it, because then they'll bring out Vice 4 next year presumably. Now we'll start off with this first shade that I showed you, which is called Truth, and that's that one there. And that is like a very beigeish, satiny matte shade, and it looks like that. Looks like that. Very pigmented, very nice to use as a brow bone shade. Next one here is called Undone. I'm not sure if you can see it that well. There you go. And that is like another beigey brown sort of shade. I've been using this as a lid shade because, as you guys know, I like to have a really smooth lid before I apply any kind of eyeshadow. And this one is almost the same colour as my skin, and I've really been loving that. That's a matte shade. Then the one underneath is probably going to be the most popular shade out of the entire palette, which is called Downfall. It's like a caramel brown shade, and I've used it almost daily as a transitional crease shade. I'm not using it today, but I have in the past couple of days when I've been using this one a lot. This one will show up less so on my hand because it is very kind of browny, and obviously I'm browny. So, but it is really, really good as a crease shade. Then the one below this is almost like a greyish brown shade, and that's called DTF. And that is what I'm actually using as a transitional shade today. It has got slight shimmers in it. Don't think you can really see them, but not so much to interfere with it being a crease shade. Now the next row down here, I haven't used these top 3 shades yet. So I've used the rest of the shades in the palette, but it's just these ones that I've not used. So this one here is called Dragon, and it's like an emerald green shade. And this one has got like a jewel toned finish to it. It looks like that. Next one is called Freeze, and it's like a bluey green shade with quite a bit of shimmer. It's almost like a teal shade. See the shimmer to it. The next one is called Heroine, and it is a matte navy blue shade. This one I don't see myself using as much, but it's got beautiful shimmers in it even though it is matte. It's like got golden blue shimmers in it. Really nice, pigmented and soft. Then the one at the bottom is called Broke Down. It's like an antique-y kind of gold. That's what I'm actually wearing on my inner part of my lid today. Looks like that. This next one in the top, in the middle, is called Vanity. And it's a really deep kind of blackberry shade. It's got a decent amount of shimmer to it as well. All of these shades will be great to use for the holidays because you tend to use more kind of dark jewel type of colours as opposed to kind of bright green. You'd go for like a deep emerald green. Then this one here is called Lucky, and it's like a yellow gold, like that. Really typical kind of South Asian Indian bridal kind of shade. Then there's this brown shade which is called Rain. It's a very gorgeous brown golden sort of shade. Again, a really typical kind of Asian bridal golden brown. And the next row, this one up the top, is called Alien. It's a pink with a hint of gold to it. This one here. Then there's this shade which is called Alchemy, which is like a cranberry shade. It's next to the Alien shade. Then this one here is called Bondage. It's a very darkened purple, and it looks like that. Really, really gorgeous shade. I've used this quite a bit. And then this one here is called Sonic. It's like a coppery shade. And I'm actually using that on the outer half of my lid today. And the final row, this one here is like a champagne shimmery colour, and it's called Last Sin. I'm using that as a tear duct shade, and I've used it quite a lot as a highlighting shade as well, but quite lightly. Very shimmery. And this one underneath, which is called Angel, it's like a shimmery silvery taupe colour. And there's that one. Then this shade here called Defy, and it's a matte shade. It's a darkish grey colour, again great to use in the crease. Like that. Then last but not least, the last shade called Revolver, which is a shimmery black. There we go. So that is it for my swatches and whatnot on the Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. I think it's really, really good. I do think it's worth going out and buying, especially if you're the kind of person like me who always likes to wear different kind of looks every day, wants something compact to be able to travel with easily if you want to. I wanted to quickly show you Vice 2 just to compare. So this is Vice 2 compared to Vice 3, just in case you're interested. I think that Vice 3 has definitely got more kind of jewel toned colours. This one is a little bit more subdued, but I think they've definitely done it more with Vice 3 in that they've put more matte shades in, whereas the other one had kind of 1 or 2 in them, and it had quite a lot of dark shades, which not a lot of people tend to like. And then, just for the hell of it, I thought I'd show you Vice 1 as well, and it looks like that. So you will see some similar colours, and then you'll see others which are quite different, like this one here, this really bright, almost neon blue called Chaos. I swear I've used it like once. It's not really the kind of colour that people will tend to use on a regular basis, but I definitely think that Vice 3 is a really, really good palette. I'm looking forward to using the rest of the colours soon. I mean, obviously I've got quite a lot of makeup recently from Canada, as you guys see, so I'm steadily kind of going through it. But yeah, so this is the Vice 3 palette. I hope that you enjoyed my review and my swatches on this. I'm going to go wash myself now. I hope that you're all great, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.